Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm out here on a bright Saturday afternoon shooting my EXO Glock 19, which is my daily carry handgun. But sometimes when I'm out here training and practicing with my favorite carry handgun, it seems like it's missing something. And in this case, I think I know what that something is. Let's take a look. That something that I'm missing is this Eco-9 AAC suppressor with a Rattac threaded barrel. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about these two products here this afternoon. Two outstanding products for my EXO Glock 19. Let's take a look at some of the specs on the Eco-9 suppressor. First of all, it's about 10.5 ounces in weight, so it's not very heavy. It is 8.5 inches long, so it's a little bit longer than the Evo-9, which is a product that came out before 2009. Now this is very similar to the Evo-9, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Now it is a hard anodized body. It's aluminum, and it also has aluminum baffles, although it does have a stainless steel blast chamber for durability and for extended service life, and it also comes with a lifetime warranty. It's also available with either 3 lugs or threads, and I have the threaded version here, and it is a 1/2 by 28 thread, so it's a standard thread pattern. Now this thing retails for about $450 MSRP. You can shop around, perhaps you can find it just a little bit cheaper than that. I did pick this up from my friends at 21st Century Firearms, and you can find them at the URL down below in the description. Now to make this system come together, I am using a Rattac barrel. This Rattac barrel is a new product on the market, and it's all stainless steel and a national match barrel. Now it competes with Lone Wolf distributors, which I've used their barrels for a number of years, and I've not really had any problems with them, with the exception that every Lone Wolf barrel that I've purchased, I've had to send back to Lone Wolf with a handful of my reloads so they could ream the chamber to work reliably with my reloads in my handgun, typically Glocks. Now I haven't had that issue with this Rattac barrel. This thing has worked just perfectly with my reloads and factory ammunition. I've also noticed that I haven't had any point of impact shifts. This thing still shoots to the exact same point with my iron sights that my factory Glock barrel does. Now this is the factory Glock barrel here on the top, and you can see the profile is pretty much the same. The only difference being the threaded barrel. Now they do have a number of different barrels on the market, and you can buy them not just for the Glock, but you can buy them for other popular brands of pistols. I'll put a URL to their website in the description below. What I can tell you guys is this Eco-9 suppressor is extremely quiet. Now, I'm running it dry out here this afternoon using 147 grain jacketed hollow point reloads that I reload myself. I've had 100% reliability with the barrel in the Glock 19 and with this suppressor. Now, because the Glock 19's design, it does have a booster in the suppressor that actually assists in operating the pistol. Again, 100% reliability with my reloads. I've also fired some 115 grain federal range ammunition out of this thing, and I've had no problems with reliability. Now, this can meters at about 133 decibels at the muzzle. At the ear, it meters at about 127 decibels. Now, these readings are coming from a website called the Silencer Forums, and they do a lot of testing of suppressors such as this Eco-9, and they keep running stats, averages. So that's an average measurement for this particular can. Now let's compare that to the Ti-Rant AAC 9mm suppressor. It has about 126 decibels at the muzzle, but again, it has 127 decibels at the ear. Now the funny thing is, about metering and measuring the effectiveness of suppressors, everything changes the performance of the suppressor. The ammunition used, the host gun used, the atmospheric conditions for the day. That's why you take an average. And this thing averages very close to more expensive suppressors that cost $200, $300, $400 more than this Eco-9 suppressor costs. Now there's another interesting point about this suppressor is that this suppressor is very similar to the Evo-9, which is a slightly more expensive model manufactured by AAC. Now the Evo-9 has been on the market for quite some time, since before 2009. I don't know the exact date of when it went into production, but before 2009 it used a certain baffle stack, a certain design of baffles. That pre-2009 designed baffle is exactly the same baffle that's in this Eco-9 suppressor. Now the Evo-9 has gone on to have more modern baffles used in it, which makes it just a little bit more quiet, but only a few decibels more quiet than this Echo-9. Now the Echo-9 has an additional baffle in the stack compared to the original Evo, so it's just a little bit longer, but that compensates for the inefficiency of the baffle, making this can just about as quiet as a more expensive current product from AAC, such as the Ti-Rant or the Evo suppressor. So it's a very good buy at an MSRP of $450. I tell you guys, I am extremely impressed with how quiet this thing is running it dry. I don't even feel the urge to put water in it or anything else because it does run so quiet. It's pretty impressive. Some final thoughts on the AAC Eco-9 suppressor and the Rattac Glock 19 barrel. Together, these two products have worked in perfect harmony. I've had 100% reliability with both the suppressor and the barrel in my Glock 19. Now, the Glock 19 barrel, I have used Lone Wolf barrels in the past, and as I mentioned, I've had to send those barrels out to have the chambers re-reamed so they would work with my reloads. I've not had that issue with this Rattac barrel, so at $149, which is just about $20 more retail than the Lone Wolf barrel, I'm actually getting a barrel I don't have to ship out again at my expense to get it re-reamed to work with my reloads, so I'm actually thinking it's a pretty good deal. Now, the AAC Eco-9 can, I'm totally impressed with. I can't say enough good things about the suppressor and how well it's performed for me. This thing is so quiet it's hard to believe, and that's running it dry. I have been using my 147 grain home rolled 9mm loads in this can, and it's ran perfectly. Coupled with the Rattac barrel, it's an unstoppable combination. Now, both of these items were purchased from my friends over at 21st Century Firearms. I'll put a link in the description below so you can order either the can or the barrel through them if you feel like it. I highly recommend them. It's a great gun shop here in Indiana. If you guys have any questions about the Eco-9 suppressor or the Rattac barrel, feel free to swing by our Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/militaryarms. As always, everybody, thanks for the subscriptions. Thanks for watching, and stick around because in a week, we're heading out to SHOT Show 2012. I'm going to bring a lot of information from the floor to you guys, so stay tuned. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for a full review of the Caracal pistol from the United Arab Emirate.